Hello everyone, CJ Lego Mox here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on Lloyd and Arin's Ninja T-Mech from Lego Ninjago Dragons Rising. Part 1, or Wave 1. So this set retails for $80 in the US, and it has 792 pieces, I'm pretty sure. So without further ado, let's get on with the minifigures first. So the first minifigure you got here is Lloyd. This minifigure is super common. I'm pretty sure it appears in 6 sets, I'm pretty sure. He has 2 swords and 2 faces. That's what his second face looks like. Now let's move on to Arin. So Arin is a new ninja. He comes with a new weapon as well. It's like this grappling hook thing. He has a new helmet mold, which is like the ninjas' mold with like 2 golden horns on the front. He has 2 swords in the back, and he has a key orange color scheme. Next, I'm pretty sure we have the General, Imperium Claw General, I'm pretty sure. He has a frying pan for his head, and a pretty cool weapon. The 3 bad guys all have the same torso and legs pieces, so I don't really need to talk too much about it. For this one, I'm pretty sure this is the Claw General. He has a cool helmet, same shoulder pads as all the other 3, and a cool sword. I really like the sword mold. Next, we have Lord Rapton, I'm pretty sure. He has a pretty bad haircut, and he has gold teeth for the bottom, and he has a big visor. And he's got the same sword as that dude. So yeah, let's move on to Arin's mech. So here's Arin's mech, and I really like this one. Let's do a full 360 of it first. This brick is to connect it to Lloyd's mech right there with the Technic pin. Alright, let's move on to the actual review. So for this cockpit, he has a dragon head. You can see that he has in jargon for Arin. Obviously, who would have thought? New color for the CCBS armor. We got the key orange. Gray CCBS joints for arms and legs. For covering on the legs, he has the mech chest armors for like the Marvel and Star Wars mechs. He has dark green ingots all over him, and his pose ability is legs can move every which way. His feet can move every which way. His arms can move all up and down and stuff. Same with his hands right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Arin's mech. Now let's move on to Lloyd's mech. Okay, so here's Lloyd's mech. It's kind of hard to see it because of how big it is. So here's the full view of it. Here's the back. You actually get quite a bit of detail on the back. So let's first off move on to his shoes. So his shoes, he has Gita sandals. And let's move on to his feet articulation, which is not that good. It only goes side to side. And, I mean, it barely goes forward and back, but come on, you can't really call that forward and back. So next, now moving up, he uses tan, which Lloyd never really uses tan that much for his suits and stuff, which I like as well. This thing relies on heavy dark green. So he has full 90-degree knees. So now let's move on to the actual legs. They can move up and down, up and back, all like that. And he uses these dish pieces on each side of the knee. And he uses a lot of dark green and gold. My one complaint about the legs is this. It would have been so easy just to move this up 1, and then have, move this up 1, and then just have slopes going on the end like that. Like, they didn't have to make it like this. It's just got a random red Technic pin. Like, what does this do? What does it do? What does it do? I'm probably gonna modify and make it a modification video. Oh, whoops. So that was it for the legs, and now for the waist. His legs can move out and in just like that. So for his waist, he actually gets quite a bit of articulation. But first, detail. We have all these slopes and tiles on there. We got this big open space. I don't know why that's there. But for his waist, he has an ab crunch. Can go all the way back like this, and all the way front like back. And his waist can rotate all the way around like this. All like this. You can, and I basically destroyed him. Oh, and on his knees he has the hooks, which is for a play function, which I'll show you later. So the next thing we have is up on his torso. Cuts right there. I gotta put you guys up higher. Okay, there we go. Now let's move on to the top of his torso. So if we move his wings, cape thing out the way, you get all this detail on him, like here, and like it is quite open. So whenever you take Lloyd, and you take Lloyd, take out his swords, and stick him in here like this, you can see him a lot. And I don't know why people keep on saying his head looks like Kitongu from Bionicle, which it kind of does, but like all you have to do to make it for it to not look like Kitongu is just take out this. And then boom, it's just like any other mech that Lloyd would have. Kind of like what H&F Master said. And for his face, or like for his eyes actually, he uses a flower piece, which I think is really cool. And very clever parts usage. So if we move this up, his arms can move, like if we take these off and move all the way right the way, we have full articulation, like full, like round and round, up and down for his arms. His elbows can move out and then like, whoops. Oof, here it is. His elbows can move out and in just like that. He can have a full 90 degrees on his elbow. Like his arms can move full 360. Each finger can move. Like there. And each arm has a opposable thumb, or each hand. Both hands. Now on the back is really cool. For the back, it's got weapon storage. So you can stick the swords to Lloyd on the back, or you can use them for a second purpose, which I'll show you later. So now let's move on to the actual details of the arms. So for the arms, you start off with a diamond, like a next to night shield, with that kind of slope. I don't know what it's called. An inverted dark green slope on the back. Now for the forearm, it would be easier if we just take it up. Oh no, if we take it off there, fix this, like that, fixed, then boom, bang. Stick the hand back on, like that. Alright, now let's move on to the actual details. So first, you have this thing, emblem detailed right there. 4 individual posable fingers, like I said earlier. These things to kind of cover up, and then you got this big technical from a piece that doesn't really do anything. Full hand rotation, like I said earlier. Like, this is another part where they kind of cheaped out on this a little bit. We got this, just open studs on each side. Like, I like this set, you know, it's like really cool and stuff. But like, they could have at least added like 4, or they could have made this like a little bit higher budget, you know? You didn't have to cheap it out. So yeah, that'll just about do it for the arms. And now for the cape parts. So for the cape parts, this is what it looks like. You have Lloyd's symbol on this side, a bunch of the diamond looking things on the side. The Master of the Mountain piece is right there. And this sea-bound blade part there. And so it's basically the same on this side, but this side's a little bit less, or it's a little different. That side's still the same on there. And it has changed for whenever you want to attach Arin's mech, which I will show you right now. So the first thing you want to do is grab Arin's mech, scoot this aside, grab Arin's mech, take off the swords because it will just make things a lot easier. Move the capes out the way. So the first thing you want to do is put his feet through those little slots right there. Like that. Slip them through there. Like that. And then you stick it. And then you stick that through the technical pin right there. Oh, I forgot to mention. Whenever you do that, you're going to want to make sure the legs are 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 clicks forward. Wait, no. Hang on. Whoa. Hang on. 3 clicks back. And the torso 3 clicks forward. So like that. Stick the feet through those little hooks that I showed you earlier. And then you take the Technic brick, stick it through there. And then you want to make sure like the feet are kind of like this, so there's really no risk of it falling off. Take the arms, fold them. So if they're like this, fold them back and fold them in where it looks like this. Then take the capes, fold it over the side for each side. Open up the cockpit because it'll make it a lot easier if you do. And then take the chains and stick them on the top right. Uh-oh. No big deal. Stick that right there. And then stick that on there. Then you can grab your Arin minifigure. Take off his weapons and stuff so it can fit in there better. Oh no, it's stuck. There we go. Take him, stick him on the inside, fold it up like that, and then boom. You have the combination version. And for the swords, if you wanted, so for the swords, what you could do is, hang on, that, turn to the back. So what you can do is you can also take the swords for Arin's mech, stick them in the clips that I showed you back here earlier. Like that, right there. And, oh no. And then, like that. Then, you got the combination version of Lloyd and Arin's Ninja Team mech. Now let's move on to Lloyd's mech's weapon. So for the weapon for Lloyd's mech, it is this long staff with the little tassel thing on the bottom, which is the sea-bound blade in red, which is really cool. The reason why he's laying down is because he cannot stand if his life depended on it. So his blade is the new blade that was introduced in this year for Core of 2023 if you are watching this at a later date. Then you go all the way down until you get the sea-bound blade in red. And so yeah, that'll just about do it for the weapon. So let's put them all together for the final. So yeah guys, that'll just wrap it up for this review of LEGO Ninjago Lloyd and Arin's Ninja Team mech. And if you liked it, make sure you like and subscribe to see all my future videos. And yeah, on that note, I will go rest because I'm on vacation. See ya.